Hey everyone, this week I'm trying out some woodland film photography with the Minolta SRT-303 camera. So I mentioned in a video not too long ago that I'd been passed on this camera from my father-in-law. Like I said, it's the Minolta SRT-303. It was released in about 1973 and it was the flagship model at the time in the SRT series. So I thought I'd go a little bit retro. I've put some Kodak Gold 200 film in this, and I've come out to a local woodland area and I'm going to try and capture some shots with it and see how they turn out. So I'm going to see what compositions I can find. I'm not going to get these developed for this video, so I have also got my phone, my Google Pixel 7 Pro, and I'll take some parallel shots with that so that I can at least show some photos in this video. And then at a later date I will hopefully get those photos back and publish those in another video. So I'm going to head on now, see what I can find, and I'll talk a little bit more about the camera as I go along. So right now I'm using a 50mm 1.4 Rockall lens on the camera. That seems like a good focal distance for woodland photography. You don't want anything too wide. I mean, that can work sometimes, but with a longer focal length you compress the scene a little bit and it makes some of the foliage compress a bit more tightly together and you don't get too many gaps in your scene. And also you can pick out compositions in the distance with a longer focal length. So I've also brought with me a 28mm, which is obviously wide. I can use that if I need to, but I've got a 200mm lens with me as well, and I'm definitely going to try that out and see if it helps in the woodland to really compress the scene. There are two systems for focusing, and they're both contained within a circle in the centre of the viewfinder frame. The inner of the circle is kind of split into two, so you've got two semicircles on top of each other. And the image that you see in those two semicircles is kind of split, and as you focus, they kind of come together, and once they're in alignment, you know that that central area is in focus. There's also a circle around that, which is a bit like frosted glass. So it's very distorted, and until you focus properly you can't see through that area. So as you focus that becomes more transparent, and then you know once it's more or less invisible that you're in focus in that outer ring. I am finding though that it's really low light, and with the 200mm lens it's just really dark in the viewfinder and I'm struggling to get focus properly. So I might switch back to the 50, but I'll probably take a few more shots with the 200 first. I'm finding that I want to take portrait shots rather than landscape, just because of the way the trees are orientated. I think it'd fit better in the frame that way. But unfortunately I didn't bring an L bracket. I've just got this bracket on the bottom here, so I can't shoot handheld at the shutter speeds I'm using. So I'm going to have to stick with landscape compositions, which is okay, but I think next time I'm going to have to try to remember to bring my L bracket. This camera has got a TTL through the lens metering system, and the way that works is that you look through the viewfinder, and on the right hand side you've got two needles. One is just a normal straight needle, the other one has a circle on the end, and basically you adjust your aperture and shutter speed until those two needles are overlapping, and when they are, that should give you the right exposure. I found it really easy to use, so hopefully it's also accurate. So I remembered that I can tilt my ball head to the side and I can have a portrait shot like this, and that's what I've done for this one here. But as I've said before, it is better to have an L bracket, because with the weight over the side like this, it's not as stable as if it's in the centre, and when you've got an L bracket you can mount it right over the top of your tripod and still have it portrait. Okay, so I'm rapidly running out of light now, so I'm going to wrap this one up. I've had a lot of fun today using the Minolta SRT-303. Very different to digital photography, obviously. It's just so strange not being able to see the results instantly of what you're trying to capture. And also I found it really dark looking through the viewfinder. It's not the same as looking through the Z7 viewfinder where everything's illuminated and you can see everything really crisply. But that's part of the fun, and like I said, I have really enjoyed it. So all the images you've seen throughout the video have been using my Google Pixel 7 Pro phone. Look out for a video in the future when I get these images developed. Hopefully they turn out alright and we can see the results. So that is it for this video. Thanks a lot for watching, everyone. Really do appreciate it. If you watch every week, that's brilliant. Thanks very much for that. And if you are new to the channel and you're not yet subscribed and you'd like to do so, just click down there on the big red button or on this picture of me. And that way you'll stay up to date with everything I'm doing each and every week. There's a new video every Sunday morning at 10 AM UK time. So I hope you'll join me next week for the next one. But until then, thanks a lot everyone, and bye for now.